Journal Record editor Ted Struley joins us to discuss other stories making news in business this week. Ted, thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.
Ted, more Oklahoma energy companies announced cutbacks this week, Continental Resources and Williams Partners.
Yeah, they announced some pretty substantial cutbacks to their original plan for the coming year. Williams Partners cut their capital expenditure plan from $3 billion down to $2 billion, so they took out a third of their planned growth. That's by and large because of oversupply in natural gas. Continental Resources, which is more heavily involved in oil, cut their capital expenditure plan by 66%. Last year they were at about $2.7 billion. CEO Harold Hamm did tell us that if they can get West Texas Intermediate crude to average $37 a barrel for a full year, they can operate at cash flow neutral, but they don't want to take on any new debt.
Developers are concerned about a planned fee increase in Oklahoma City. What's the story?
Right. Well, the city council had their first meeting talking about a new fee that affects developers. When they put it in development, it's the money that helps pay for sidewalks, parks, other amenities that are affected by the new building. Developers, of course, are unhappy about that, especially with the current state of the economy, but it'll have to go through two more conversations at City Hall before those fees can go into effect.
Now, it looks like Oklahoma is making progress on the Real ID issue. What's the latest?
Yeah, State Senator David Holt has a bill that he's introduced that would create a second ID for Oklahomans in addition to the one we have now. The new one would be compliant with the 10-year-old federal Real ID law, so it would pass muster with the TSA at airports or to enter secure government buildings, for example. But Oklahoma is one of the states that hasn't been eager to comply with that, so we would still retain our existing non-compliant IDs as well.
The state's filled 2 public arts positions. Tell us about that.
Well, they have. Heather Lunsford was hired to oversee the Art in Public Places program. That's art that's required to be put in when builders do large developments. And then Alan Atkinson was hired to oversee the art at our Capitol building, so he's responsible to take care of the art, make sure it's hung properly, stored properly, and so forth.
What are you working on for next week?
Well, we know there's an announcement coming of a large building project in southeastern Oklahoma. We have an exclusive story on that coming in Monday's paper.
All right. Ted Struley from the Journal Record. Thanks for joining us today.
Happy to be here, Robert.